I'm here with Mr. Satish Saiswal, retired Major General.
Yes, Amit.
Since I know you are in real estate industry, real estate in business, what kind of marketing challenges you find? This is my most favorite question to you because I want to understand what is the big challenges you are facing now these days or since you have in this industry.
The challenge in the marketing last 1 year, it was because of the corona, the epidemic. Market keeps going up and down. The sentiment of the people keep varying. Although there has been supply in the market, but sometimes the client appears and is motivated to buy. Sometimes he just disappears. So there isn't enough. There are certain mandatory marketing resources to be able to reach out to the client, so he knows what is being launched, where it is being launched, what are the qualities, the capabilities, the timelines. The pricing is very important, and what kind of appreciation he can make. Sometimes the price of the product remains stagnant, and that's not a very high motivation.
Every customer, your investor, property buyer, uh, they wish to consult very loyal and very professional consultant, real estate consultant. So of course they deserve because they are going to pay high amount to that person, consultant or real estate marketing agent. So do you also, as a consultant, uh, do you also wish to get uh, any a specific customer? Like, do you also? I mean, are you also looking for? You also look for uh, uh, any type of customer? Do you have any figure, any image in your mind that I am looking for this kind of customer or investor, and I wish to deal with them something. So do you have any image of your clients?
Yeah, typically image of a client, my mind would be that right from the beginning, I would like to classify my client into the category of whether he's an investor or is he an end user. You know, there are investors who are coming from far and wide places who want to come to a place like Gurgaon, NCR, and they feel that now is the time, at the time of launch of a project, if they can carry out, make an investment, and by the time the project gets completed, and if it's the right place, the right choice, the right builder, then by the time the project gets completed, the client ends up making a reasonably decent amount of profit. That was the purpose of investment from day one in that client's mind. That all right, how he can benefit, how he can profit from his investment. So that's the person I'm describing as investor. Whereas there are end users who will say, all right, I want the dwelling unit in about a year's time, in about a 6 months' time. So he would actually be looking for a property which is close to completion, which has already been launched, and now there are no ifs and buts in that, and it's going to be ready in the time frame in which this gentleman can make his arrangement for his finances and moving in, and the kind of area that he finds suitable vis-a-vis his working place, the place, school for his children, the healthcare units in the vicinity, the close by. I mean, all those amenities that he actually needs for a decent living, and being able to communicate between his workplace and the living place. So he is the other kind of client actually. He is not looking for 3 years or 4 years kind of a spectrum in terms of investment, but he wants a unit now.
Can we roam around? Yes.
So he's the other kind of client that we are looking at. He's the end user. So when we know whether he's an investor or an end user, then with our maturity and our presence in the market, and our knowledge about the market, about what are the kinds of properties and what are the stages of completion of various projects. We know what is going to be best suited for a particular client's needs, and so that is where our advisory and convincing ability comes into play. And once we know the client's actual requirement, then we pitch it to him and advise him correctly and sincerely, and help him carry out the kind of investment.
As a
that
business
is best
owner,
suitable
as
for
a
him.
business owner, what do you expect from a digital marketing professional? I'm in this industry, and I really want to understand uh, what ty- what we need to deliver to our clients. So, what is your expectation as a business owner, as an agent, to any firm or professional?
See, as a channel partner, because nowadays those days are gone when the builder or the developer used to come out and do the selling himself through the newspaper or through putting up those billboards on the roads, which was a story actually not many years ago, say about 8, 9, 10 years ago.
Do you believe in
That used
traditional
to happen.
marketing or digital marketing?
No,
Internet
now
marketing.
the traditional marketing days are gone, is what I'm trying to get at. Because what is most visible to a client today is not the billboards that he sees on the roads, not the film actors and actresses actually standing and saying, "Oh, that you buy this or you buy that." I think that's history. Those days are gone. And newspapers, in any case, again, is not something that they rely on. And then you had those little cards that used to be
It's
inserted.
also very much expensive, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's price effective or not, but it's not very accessible. It's not everybody who needs a unit, who is looking for a house, who is looking for a dwelling unit, is not going to find it in the newspaper. So if there are 1,000 people buying newspaper, maybe there are 1 or 2 who are looking for a unit.
So ROI is also a concern, big concern.
Is also of a big concern. Whereas when you follow the digital marketing route nowadays, the person knows that all right, whatever he needs, he just puts up that description and he says, all right, click. Now, what am I going to find? Where am I going to find? What is the cost? What are the pros and the cons? And he says, all right. Then the digital marketing gives him straight away an access to who are the people to be approached. He just picks up a phone and he says, all right, I've just seen your reference and these are my interests and how can you help me? So the communication gets established very quickly and very rapidly. And straight away it's a one-to-one kind of a communication. It's not something that it's coming through a piece of paper. So I think it establishes a much greater degree of faith and confidence in each other. It helps the channel partner in understanding the client's needs. It helps the client actually in understanding the sincerity, truthfulness, the competence. Both sides, the client as well as the channel partner, being able to reach out to each other, not just in terms of being able to communicate to each other, but also to understand each other's requirements, which is very important.
All right, thank you. So a little more about, or can you brief about Prop India, the vision and the purpose of Prop India? How
Prop
what are you
India-
thinking about the Prop India
Prop
position in
India-
future?
Prop India is a short for Property India. There are 2-3 things
This
that
question is especially for me. I want to understand how the Prop India is going to do in future.
Property India, what happens was that talking about myself, because I'm the one who set this company up. I am a civil engineer from IIT Kharagpur, so I've had this affinity for construction related activities. Then I've been chief engineer in the army in number of projects, major projects of different parts of the country. Post army, then I worked for DLF, I worked for some other companies, mostly in the operations side. So you're just putting the resources together and making the projects happen. Once I thought I'd played my part on the operations side, then I could not de-link myself entirely from this entire world of real estate and the construction industry. And therefore I chose to be of help and use my expertise and knowledge and information that I had gathered over a period of years to my friends and colleagues who are outside looking for this kind of help, looking for this kind of consultancy. And I thought, with the kind of motivation, the sincerity, the truthfulness, honesty that I ascribe to myself, because they are very part and parcel of the attributes of a soldier. So I think we'll be able to provide the kind of service that client actually deserves. And right at the onset, at the very outset, having learned who I am, what I am doing, what my background is, so that confidence and faith gets established from day one, and he's going to listen to me, and I am definitely going to be providing the best kind of service and support that I am capable of providing. So I think that's going to be a two-way
Fantastic.
Amit, I'm very thankful for to you for having listened to me patiently, and knowing your background. I know you are an IT expert. This is your field of specialization. You call yourself an expert. You are an expert actually in the IT marketing, which actually, to my basic comprehension and understanding, means that by means technical, by the information technology means, you're in a much sounder, much better position to reach out to the client and give him the information, that knowledge that he deserves, which will actually help him come back to us, will help him make up his mind about what he wants to buy, purchase, how he wants to get in touch with the industry. So you have a very important role to play in acting as an interface between the client who is out there and the channel partners who are here, which are closer to the builders and close to the projects, being able to patch them up, acting as an interface. So I think you have a very, very important role to play.
Thank you very much. Your words really encourage me.